What's up, guys? Now we're back with another video here. I apologize, I'm quite far behind right now on this stuff. I'm sorry, guys, I haven't made a video. We're reacting to a video titled Kim So-Hyun's predatory text to a 15-year-old Kim Se-ron exposed by her family. Now, this video was made 7 days ago. I apologize I'm so late. You guys might already know about this, but hey, if you still stick around to hear my opinions, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and let's get into it.
The family of the late Kim Se-ron has now unveiled explosive conversations and letters between her and Soo-hyun, shedding light on the relationship that began when Se-ron was just a minor. With Se-ron confirming their relationship lasted 5 to 6 years, and Soo-hyun's disturbing texts requesting physical relations when Se-ron was only 15, here's everything that was revealed by her family. At a press conference on March 27th, the legal representative of Se-ron's family, Boo Ji-sok, presented text messages exchanged between Se-ron and Soo-hyun, which took place in June 2016. The messages revealed Se-ron sending a heart emoji and a kissing sound to Soo-hyun, to which he responded by suggesting she do it in real life. In another exchange, she asked if he missed her, and he replied in a teasing manner, turning the question back on her. Their conversation continued, with Se-ron commenting on how deeply he sleeps, leading Soo-hyun to agree that he wouldn't notice even if she kissed him. She responded playfully, suggesting she could do it multiple times without him realizing. Soo-hyun then asked if he could hold her while falling asleep, saying it would help him rest better, and Se-ron agreed. Not to mention, he asked if kissing was allowed and if he could kiss her in the future, implying that he had asked before and Se-ron had rejected him. Since gold medalist and Soo-hyun had maintained that their relationship only began after Se-ron became an adult, the family's legal representative challenged the statement, highlighting that she was just 15 at the time. He pressed further, questioning Soo-hyun directly about the true nature of their relationship, emphasizing that if it wasn't romantic, he should clarify exactly what it was. Other things that the family revealed were the text between Se-ron and the person who first talked about the relationship, whom Soo-hyun's side accused of not being her real aunt. Whether the two were blood related or not, the text showed that the two were quite close, almost like family. There were also screenshots of texts between Se-ron and a friend of hers, where she tells the friend about receiving the legal notice and how distressed she was by it. In the texts, Se-ron opens up about her frustration, saying the company broke their contract. What was supposed to be a 70-30 revenue split, with the company covering 30% of costs, turned into her being forced to pay everything. Her friend stresses how serious the situation is and worries about the toll it might take on both of them, hinting at the potential damage it could cause. Se-ron then reveals an even darker concern. If the company intentionally put her in this mess, she feels like there's nothing left for her. Her friend urges her to reach out for help and questions how the company can just ignore her. Se-ron feels overwhelmed, saying their silence is pushing her to the edge. The conversation then shifts to the overwhelming financial burden, with her friend pointing out that getting even 70 million won would be a challenge, but 700 million won was almost impossible to imagine. As Se-ron struggled with feelings of abandonment, her friend suggests calling her ex-boyfriend Soo-hyun in this case for help and asks if she's heard from him. Finally, Se-ron breaks down, mourning the loss of her first love and feeling like her whole world is falling apart. Her friend understands, acknowledging that after 6 years together, it's normal for her to feel this way, but encourages her to move on. Boo Ji-sok also made public a letter that Se-ron had written to Soo-hyun after she was informed about the lawsuit, in which she began by asking how he was doing, before explaining that the reason she was writing was to clear up any misunderstandings about their relationship. In the letter, she shared that she had been unable to get in touch with anyone from the agency and admitted that she was deeply afraid after receiving the legal notice. Then she apologized for posting the picture of them together, explaining that she had done so in an attempt to get the company's attention, as she felt she had no other way to reach them. Se-ron expressed regret once again for any harm she may have caused him by sharing the photo, revealing.
Now, she's not saying allegedly or like alleged text, so I'm guessing these texts have been confirmed, right? So this is the problem when we're talking about Korean stuff. A lot of the times I'm very disconnected, so it's very hard for me to give a clear-cut opinion on these, right? But I'm assuming because she's not saying allegedly, these text messages have been, I guess, confirmed, right? And they're saying it's not her real aunt or not her aunt. I guess, is that maybe a tactic of, oh, it's not her real aunt, guys, so don't believe it, but I'm guessing it was still someone very close to her. Now, again, I'm just gonna say if they are true and they are real, it's obviously disgusting. It's disgusting that he would talk to a minor, right? And not only that, but hire her, and then when she gets into this big accident, you just ignore her and don't say anything, right? I mean, as the company, you should obviously what she did was bad, right? When she crashed, obviously no one's defending her on that, but you know, as her company, you should do something, not just ignore her and shut her out, especially if you were texting her as a kid. I guess you had a close relationship, or might have had a close relationship, which is disgusting to say if that was the case, but you just left it like that. I guess this is revealing his true nature. Now, look, what we do know is they're definitely lying about something. That's what I will say. The way he's been acting, the way he said they didn't date and then did date, he's definitely lying about something. I feel like I've come to that conclusion at this point. I feel like people are still on his side and in complete denial need to wake up. There's definitely something there, right? There's pictures. There's pictures. So even if you don't believe the text, there's pictures of them together when she was at least younger. We don't know how young, right? But she was at least younger. So there's definitely history there, right? So I guess the question is, how bad was it really, is what I guess people want to find out. I don't think it's a question of, is this true or not anymore? And I think if you still believe that, kind of in denial. And I will say one thing, just to wake you guys up. Remember, these guys, they're just people. Like the Kim So Hyun guy, he's just a guy. Like, he may be your favorite actor, or you may like him, right? But at the end of the day, these people are just people, right? You may like them, you may look up to them, you may like him in whatever role you watched him in, but they're just people. And if something is screaming at you that is not right, or something weird is happening in the situation, you should probably listen to that. And it is weird how they changed statements, because let's say if nothing happened at all, you'd be like, we didn't date. And you would leave it as that, and you would wait for everything to fall down, and you would wait for the truth to be exposed. But it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good, fans of him. It's not looking good. If you're a fan of him, I feel sorry for you right now, because it's not looking good.
That she had been feeling uneasy and frightened around the agency's staff, which had only added to her distress. She continues, "We had been dating for 5-6 years. You were my first love and my last love, so I wish you wouldn't avoid me. Seeing you avoid me and not even acknowledging me makes me feel like all the time we spent together was meaningless." Saron even asks if they could remain friends and support each other, questioning whether he truly dislikes her that much, and if so, why. She goes on to say that if this letter never reaches him, then it means their relationship has come to an end, which was a thought that saddened her. She assures him that she won't interfere in his life anymore, but admits she still hopes to see him happy and smiling one day. At the end of the letter, she includes her phone number, asking him to call if he receives it. Interestingly, she also expresses concern about who might read it first, saying she hopes Soo-hyun himself sees it rather than his cousin, the co-founder of Gold Medalist. In closing, Saron tells him she wishes him happiness, success in both his career and personal life, and that she hopes he remembers their time together without any bitterness.
Yeah, sorry to pause again, guys, but if he was avoiding her, and again I say if because I'm just gonna say that, guys, but if he was avoiding her, it's because he's not ashamed of you. Look, there's nothing, she should have nothing to be ashamed about, but like I'm saying, he's ashamed of what he did, or he knows it's bad, and he knows it's a part of, if it is true, it's a very dark, dirty secret. It's very, not to call her dirty, but the things he did, talking to her at that age, said he was like, what, in his late 20s when this supposedly happened. So that's why he did that. And if it is the case, again, I'll reiterate, it's disgusting. Well, let's let it play.
Unsettling as everything was, it was nothing compared to the more explicit messages that came to light. In a screenshot shared by the legal representative, Soo-hyun is seen asking Saron how long it would take before they could be physically intimate, wondering if it would take a year or even 3. She responds by saying that a year feels like a long time, to which Soo-hyun follows up by asking if 6 months would be more reasonable. Saron, who was only 15 at the time, responds with, "I'll do it when I want to. No promises." Unfortunately, the situation doesn't stop there. It was previously reported that Soo-hyun might have been involved in actions similar to the Nth Room crimes when Saron was a minor. However, details about these claims were not shared during the conference, and it's unclear what exactly happened, as there was an effort to protect Saron and her family's reputation. The texts and the letter were all it took to validate that everything Saron's family had said was true. They not only confirmed a 6-year relationship between the two, which happened when Saron was 15 and Soo-hyun was 20. 27, but also showed how Soo-hyun tried to pressure and manipulate Se-ran into taking things further despite the fact that she was only a minor. Even though those who trusted the family found the texts incredibly disturbing and hard to stomach. A commenter wrote, "He's so disgusting, so disgusting. That's a child. The way she talks, how innocent she is, that's a child. And he ruined her entire life. He took her life." Additionally, people pointed out that he tried to make himself seem more childish and immature, as if the 12-year age gap wasn't there and as if he wasn't the one holding all the power. And what's even worse is how the text with his friend backed up everything Se-ran's family had claimed. Soo-hyun's threats and manipulation pushed her to take her life. He demanded a huge sum of money from her, money that was just pocket change to him, while allegedly starting a campaign with the media and Lee Jin-ho to destroy her reputation. This made it impossible for her to find a job, especially considering her unfinished schooling. Even worse, she couldn't even get back to acting, leaving her stuck in debt with no way to repay it. The worst thing is that the money he asked for was what he made from just one episode of Queen of Tears, which tells us just how little he needed it. Then, after causing so much pain, he ignored her, acted like she didn't exist, and then had the nerve, along with the agency, to imply that she was delusional for posting a picture of them last year. His actions were incredibly messed up, and to the public, it's clear he deserves to face not only legal consequences for dating a minor, but also for his role in her tragic end. The public also praised how the family handled the situation, with experts presenting the evidence and sharing raw forensic data, leaving no room for doubt. However, it was also heartbreaking to see the family having to prove their care for Se-ran. Given how the media, Lee Jin-ho, and the gold medalist made it seem like the family wasn't involved, it was unfair that they had to demonstrate their love and show how close Se-ran's aunt was to her, despite not being blood related. The situation got even more serious.
I don't know. The only thing I'm wondering is, did they raise concerns before she passed? Because that's what I'm thinking. Or did she tell them not to say anything? Because I want to know more about the family. Not accusing the family of anything. I just want to know. It's a valid question of like, what were they doing at the time while she was still alive, while all this was happening, or even for the years that it was happening? Did they know it was happening? Did someone know this relationship, this supposed relationship, was happening? Do you know, I think these are questions that we also have to ask as well, as what was the family doing? I really want to know everything about what they were doing around this time as well, just to get a clear picture, really. But yeah, it's not looking good for him. I think that's the only thing. So it's not looking good. It's not looking well. Sorry, not just him. Not just to focus on him. The situation is not looking good, really, because it could turn to be something much worse than we originally thought. Maybe. It's very sad.
As after the press conference, Garosero released another video. In it, the host accused Soo-hyun of sending a wildly inappropriate video to Se-ran while she was still a minor. The video, possibly filmed during his trip to France, showed Soo-hyun and an acquaintance looking at mannequins wearing undergarments. He seemed to compare the mannequin's body to that of Korean women and made unsettling comments, saying, "They don't have these in Korea, right? I mean such bodies. Ones with such proportions, ones as hot as these. How can Korean women take after them?" Then, the camera pans away and he mentions a father and daughter passing by, with the daughter looking shocked. He adds, "We locked eyes. I'm not even embarrassed." While there has been no response from Soo-hyun or his agency as of March 27th, the public believes there's nothing that can be done to absolve him of the accusations.
Well, like always, guys, we're gonna read the comments. Let's see what people think. I just want more I need to maybe. I don't know. I need more confirmation on this stuff. I don't really know. I don't want to just jump again, guys. I don't want to jump, but it's not looking good. I'm not defending him, guys. When I say this, we just have to wait. But it's not looking very good for the guy. It's not looking very good. I mean, for him to go from one of the biggest actors last year to this, I mean, let's see what people think in the comments, though. As a 32-year-old myself, reading the text that a 28-year-old is sending to a 15-year-old, he knew exactly what he was doing. Yikes. Mind you, not only did he groom her, use her, and discard her, he and his company then cruelly ignored her throughout her tough times due to his actions grooming her, making her feel isolated, desperate. Then even if you couldn't believe it gets worse, he and his company also actively tried to ruin her reputation just so people didn't find out about his grimy past with her. And that's what I was saying. It's like, it looks like if this did happen and he was a part of the assault to ruin her career, which doesn't surprise me, guys. We know how media works, right? We know how media works. We know how these big celebrities will conspire with media to do stuff, right? So it's not out the ballpark, guys. It's not out the ballpark for a big celebrity to do this. Celebrities in every country are relatively the same. The media works relatively the same, right? Sorry, just to continue on from the message I was reading before, though. She must have been in so much heartbreak and pain. He's literally trash, and it makes me sick to my stomach seeing his stupid face where he goes around acting like he's some awkward, innocent person in interviews and show appearances. What a psychopath, and even if his career's over, I hope more karma comes back to him. Yeah, that's just the ego in it. You gotta act that way in Korea. But yeah, it is, because he's kind of mastered the Korean style of acting, very shy, and I don't know. Again, if you're Korean, explain to me why they do that. I know why they do that. I know it's Korean culture. I don't want to shit on Korean culture, but I guess it's a bit weird coming from someone on the outside looking in. But yeah, guys, we're gonna stop there. The comments agree that it's bad. Obviously, if this is true, it's bad. Yeah, I'm saying if it's true, it's bad. But yeah, we're gonna continue with the story. It's very sad, actually. It's so sad that someone took their lives over this. That someone took their life over this. It's very sad. She was an amazing actor, but again, I'll say the same thing I say in every video. Hopefully, this will motivate people to look at certain cases in Korea differently, and will also motivate a change. And that's all I can say. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think about these text messages. I am going to catch up on everything right now. Probably going to film another reaction video in the same day. So yeah, but guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And for more reaction videos on this and other topics, make sure you come back to my channel. Thank you for watching.